Good evening, everyone. This is Today in Gaming, episode 11, and I'm your host, Jesszman. Uh, First up, we have some Dead Island news, and for those of you that don't know, Dead Island is a first-person zombie apocalypse game. Think Fallout 3 mixed with some Borderland aspects, and zombies obviously thrown in there. Made by Techland, and it was released today. And as you can see on the sidebar, it says that it's $49.99 US. And as you can see, we have some day one patches. This patch fixes numerous things that were wrong with the game, and the list of fixes can be found right here. And it's a lot of fixes ranging from catastrophic, game destroying things to just little minor things. And it also Steam users will also be getting a new version of Dead Island to replace the buggy, cheat infested version that they originally had. And the producers, Deep Silver, has apologized in an interview for releasing that version. Apparently, that was a pre-release build and it wasn't intended to be released to the public. So that's why I include all the bugs and the cheats and such. So you guys will be getting an updated version, and this patch and everything will be made available in America as soon as possible, and it'll be out in the other territories as soon as Friday. So next up, we have some Halo 4 news. It turns out that Ryan Payton, the creative sorry, the game producer over at 343 Studios, which is currently working on Halo 4, has quit 343 Studios and Microsoft to develop his own company called Camouflage. And some of the reasons he lists for doing so are because he wanted to make his own game that billions of people go to, and as he says, it's something that hits them harder than a great book or film. So he's looking to make something that's just amazing, something we haven't seen in gaming yet, something that's revolutionary, so to speak, something that will keep people garnered for a long time, and something that'll attract billions of users to play his specific game. He hasn't really said what exactly he has in mind yet, since he just now founded the studio, but you could expect a lot more of that, a lot more information about his upcoming game in the next few months, or maybe a year's time, depending on how fast he gets the project going and how fast he can assemble a team and such. But for those of you that don't know, Ryan Payton also worked as the assistant producer at Kojima Productions when they were working on Metal Gear Solid 4 in Tokyo. But when his mother was diagnosed as ill, he came back to the U.S. and he tried to find a job, and he eventually landed at Microsoft in 343 Studios. And I guess at the time they were working on Halo 4, so that was his little secret project back then. But yeah, so now he's quit both studios to found his own studio. Oh, and he also states that Halo 4 was becoming something that he was saying that it was something that it wasn't becoming the vision that he had wanted it to become. So whether or not this means that Halo 4 will be a great game or not, or will be like a subpar game, is still yet to be seen. I highly doubt it's going to be a subpar game, seeing as how critically acclaimed the Halo series has been. With this new trilogy, I doubt that anything major is going to change. We'll probably we'll obviously have a new story and new characters, new weapons and such, but it probably won't be a step down from Halo 3 or Halo Reach or somewhat Halo ODST. Probably be a big step up, since you have a new studio and you have a new team and everything. And some of the team from Bungie came over to work to continue on the Halo franchise with 343 Studios. But anyway, moving on. Sorry about that. Kind of got off onto a tangent. GameStop has announced that in 1 to 2 weeks they'll be accepting and reselling iOS devices. That means your iPods and your iPads and all those doohickeys will be now tradable at GameStop, and they will be selling them afterwards. So GameStop still has yet to release a price for trading in trading your iOS device, or how much they'll be reselling the iOS devices for. But I'm expecting that it'll depend on what generation of the iPod you have, or the iPad, or the iPod Touch, or whatever. And I'm guessing that, like their video games, they won't be giving you that much, and then they'll be hiking up the price as soon as you walk out that door. But yeah, the trade-ins will start between 1 to 2 weeks from now, and I'll keep you updated on that information as it comes out. So next up, we have the speculative information that Media Molecule is working on their first PlayStation 4 title. It's been revealed that this title will not be Little Big Planet, because they're stepping down from the Little Big Planet franchise to work on something else. But this title will probably be another user-generated title, so it probably will borrow some elements from Little Big Planet, as well as creating new things of its own. But so you can see down here we have a quote from PS3 magazine. It says that, finally, according to dev comments, Media Molecule are moving away from Little Big Planet. What are they moving towards? Sensible speculation points to a new creative user-generated game for PlayStation 4. As we know, the PlayStation Vita version of Little Big Planet is already in the conjoined hands of UK-based devs Double 11 and Ragdoll Kung Fu makers Tarsier Studios. So they indeed aren't working on the Little Big Planet for the PlayStation Vita, as we already know. So that further fuels the fire that, or further fuels speculation that they are indeed working on a PlayStation 4 title that will involve user-created content and such. If this is true, then that means that Sony may have started already sending out like developer units to the developers, so they can get started on their games. So they could send the PlayStation 4 will probably have some pretty good launch titles, unlike the PlayStation 3. So I don't think Sony would really want to repeat that, seeing as how lackluster the PlayStation 3's initial launch titles were, and it took them a few months to build up Steam, considering how hard developers were saying that how hard the developers were saying it was to develop for, and all other complaints that they were getting from that Sony was getting from the various developers. Excuse me. But moving on, we have some information on Resistance 3's first DLC called the Survival Pack, and adds the invasion mode to multiplayer. And what the invasion mode basically is a zone mode. You go to a specific zone, you capture it, and you have to hold it for a certain amount of time. The more time you hold it for, the more points you get, and at the end of the game, whoever has the most points wins. And this DLC will include not only the invasion mode, but it'll include a handful of skins and a static XMB theme, and all this will be priced in one bundle called the Survival Pack for $3.99. So that's a pretty good price for what you're getting. And for those of you that don't want to pay for this and who aren't really interested in this invasion mode for whatever reason, you will be getting you will be getting 2 new multiplayer maps for free, and as well as a patch to fix whatever bugs or glitches are present in the game, or are found in the game by that time. The Survival Pack and the patch and the 2 new maps will be releasing on October 4th, 2011. And as I already said, the patch and the 2 new maps are free, while the Survival Pack, which includes static theme, some skins, and the new invasion mode, will be available on the PlayStation Store for $3.99 in the United States. Next up, we have some information about the critically acclaimed title by Housemarque Studio, Detonation. It turns out that this will be getting some DLC called The Road of Devastation. What this DLC includes some new maps, guns, and such, and it'll be it's been speculated that it's a sequel to Detonation. It'll take place straight where Detonation left off, but Joystick says that they're speculating that it'll be more of a prequel, see how the zombie outbreak happened, whether or not the humans caused it, or whatever happened. But personally, I believe that it'll be a sequel rather than a prequel, because the sequel would make more sense. But I guess a prequel would serve more as a fleshing out tool for the story. So either way, it's in Housemarque's hands to give us a product that many people are willing to download. And for those of you that didn't know, Dead Nation was included in the Welcome Back package after the PlayStation Network hacking fiasco. So a lot of people downloaded it since it was free, and it says in the article that 3.8 million players have mowed down 11,700,000,000 zombies so far. And for those of you that don't know what that means, is leaderboards in the game are arranged by country, and it shows how many zombies each country has killed and how far they progressed with wiping out the infection. And then you have the tied amount of all the zombies killed total. So that's what 11,700,000,000 number means. And for those of you that want to pick up the Dead Nation, it's $14.99 on the U.S. PlayStation Store, And Housemarque Studio has not announced how much or the pricing of this new DLC or when it'll be coming out. So when I get more information about this, I will be letting you guys know. But I believe that is all we have for today's episode of Today Gaming. I'm Jesszman, and it's been nice. See you.